Welcome everybody to the Single and Stiletto Show. I'm Suzanne Oshima and I'm a matchmaker and dating coach at Dream Bachelor and Bachelorette, and I'm also the founder of Single and Stilettos. Today we have on our show Robert Manni, and he's the author of The Guy's Guide to Love, and I'm so excited to have him here today because today we're talking about 4 ways to keep your man happy. And I know, ladies, you all want to know what those 4 ways are. But before we jump into it, Robert, I would love for you to tell our audience a little bit about you and what made you write this book.
Okay, well, thank you, Suzanne, and thank you, everybody. Well, my book is a novel. It's called The Guy's Guide to Love. And I was inspired to write it because I felt that there was a growing chasm of communication between men and women, and I wanted to do something about it to help bring the two sexes together and understand each other. Some people have called it the male version of Sex and the City, and Suzanne really enjoyed the book, and it started a journey for me. Now we have Guys Radio. I have a website, robertmanni.com, and it's all about when men and women can be at their best, everyone wins. Better men, better world.
Exactly. And it is true, ladies. It's one of my favorite books. It's awesome. You got to go get it. So let's jump into it. So, Robert, tell us the first way a woman can keep her man happy.
Well, no surprise. Guys are visual and guys like sex. So let's say keep up the appearances and keep the sex fresh. Now, it's a two-way street. The guy needs to keep up appearances and keep the sex fresh also. But, if you're in a new relationship, there's probably a lot of intimacy going on once you get over the threshold of committing emotionally to somebody, and you want to keep that interest going. So just make it every time like it's the first time, and be willing to explore, be open-minded, and be loving, and make sure the sex comes from your heart. Once you get into what I would call more a serious relationship. If you just want to have something casual, that's one thing. But if we're talking about relationships, you want it to come from the heart. And when you're in those intimate moments, you want it to always be heartfelt. So Keep it fresh, keep it inventive, keep it fun, and keep up appearances. Stay in shape, look good, feel good, and just, there's no better way to get to know somebody in a new relationship when it's growing and blooming through sexual relationships.
Yes, that is true. Okay, so what's your next way?
The next one would be, this might be surprising, but men are pretty simple to figure out. And one of the things guys really look forward to doing every day is eating and drinking and kind of indulging, doing physical stuff along with sex. And I've always found that, there's definitely bonus points. You don't have to cook. You don't have to be waiting on your man. But guys like to eat and guys like to drink, whether it's alcohol or not. And if you can just be sensitized to that and aware of it, maybe you go out on dates, you go out to places he likes to eat, likes to drink. If you do cook, great. If you don't cook, you want to order something in sometime, great. Guys are really, driven by their physical needs and senses. So if you keep that in mind, I think it goes a long way. And again, I'm not saying be Susie Homemaker and you have to do all the cooking and everything for him, but it doesn't hurt. And most of the women that I've dated, really successful in business, really nice, really smart, and either they love to cook, they love to eat, or they love to bake, or something like that. And it was always a good thing because you can share. When you eat together, when you drink together, you're sharing. So it's something to keep in mind, and it's the fuel that makes guys go.
Well, and there's that saying, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And it's true. And I know, Robert, you said a woman, if you don't know how to cook, you don't have to know. But I encourage my women followers that if you don't know how to cook, you need to learn how to cook at least a couple dishes. Because It's true. It's something, when you share food with somebody and you cook for them, it's something that's very central. I know that a lot of women actually love when a man can cook. So it's the same thing in reverse. And when you share food, it creates that intimate bond that I think is really important.
Yeah, and it's fun to eat together, and it's fun to eat. Everybody enjoys a good meal. Here, if you're in a big city like New York, LA, San Francisco, wherever, Chicago, there's great restaurants everywhere, and you get food from all over the world. So anytime you can share that experience together, it's fantastic. And the same thing, if you like a bottle of wine, sharing a good bottle of wine is fantastic, as well as, even a high-end sipping spirit is fantastic. A good martini, a high-end tequila to sip, it's great.
Exactly. Well, and Robin and I live in New York, and ladies, I know you could hear that siren, but that's okay.
That's the Sinai ambulance that goes outside my place every now and then.
That's okay. And so, wait, now what tip are we on? Are we on the fourth tip?
We're on number 3. And number 3 is I would strongly suggest that you be supportive. Find out what your guy's dream is. It doesn't matter necessarily what his job is. The guy might have a dream that transcends his job, or he might be in the dream job. It could be either way, but find out what his dream is, and if you can get behind that and ask about it, and not badger him about it, but be supportive of what he really wants to do. It means a lot. It's easy to be supportive of the dream once the dream has been manifested or actualized. It's more of a challenge to be supportive of the guy when he's on his journey, and that's a really good thing. And a guy will always remind himself, he'll always know when you're supportive of him by just the small things you do. Maybe you ask about, maybe he's writing a book or something, or he's painting, or he's taking a French class or something because he wants to move to Paris. Whatever it is, if a guy has a dream, it's something that's important to him, and you want to know about it, and you want to be supportive about it. If you are supportive of it, if you're not, maybe that's not the right guy for you.
Very true. Okay, so what's the fourth way?
I think the fourth way is, I think, we're all human. We all make mistakes. And I think it's easy nowadays to play the blame game and throw people overboard pretty quickly. And I think if you really want to make a go of it, you have to give your partner, whether it's a man or a woman, in this case men, because men make a lot of mistakes, give him the benefit of the doubt. Now, if he's cheating, that's bad. That's bad. That's a whole separate issue. But on other things, guys screw up, as you know, and I think they need a little bit of training from women and to bring out the best in them. And they're going to stub their toe, and they're going to make some mistakes in the relationship. And if you can get them to pay attention, and you can get them to pay attention to you and pay attention to their behavior more, and give them the benefit of doubt when they mess up, I think it may be worth it. I mean, you have to determine if the guy's right for you, if he's a total screw-up or not. But I think we're all human, and we all make mistakes. So if you can give somebody the benefit of doubt, I think it can go a long way to giving your relationship the most chance of success and opportunity to succeed over time.
That is true. And I'll just add to that nobody's perfect. So, sometimes you do need to give the person the benefit of the doubt, right? All right. Well, these have been some great tips. So, Robert, tell our audience how they can find you.
Okay, once again, Robert Manni, MANNI.com, the name of the book, The Guy's Guide to Love, and my radio podcast is Guys Radio on iTunes. Thanks so much, everybody.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us on the Single and Stiletto Show. Our show is available both in video format and podcast format. If you'd like to view the videos, go to singleandstilettos.com. If you'd like to get the podcast, you can download it from iTunes. If you'd like to get our free ebook on the 3 secrets guaranteed to attract any man based on scientific research, just click right here on the video or go to singleandstilettos.com.